talk to somebody who actually knows something about football, which is why I'm happy that Jarvis Brownlee Jr. is here now to hang out here with us. What's happening, Jarvis?
How you doing?
I'm doing good. Just a little closer to your mouth there with the microphone, if you would be so kind. I appreciate you.
Okay.
How was it out there today? A lighter day at practice, it seemed, or a shorter day of practice, it seemed. But y'all seem like you got some good work in on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, it was great work. But you always strive and look for things that you could be better at. So I think we left a lot out there on the field today just by having the day off. You could kind of come back a little sluggish. So I think that's the things that we mainly got to work on right now. That's just when we have an off day, that first day coming back, we got to be more detailed and more disciplined. I think we had a couple of penalties out there, and you don't want that. So, man, I think that's the main thing, man. It's just being consistent throughout the day. And when we come back from that off day, when we got a long break, we got to come back in that first day and really lock in into the details and things like that. But so far, man, I think it was good. We had a good, solid day. Put a lot of work out there. There was a lot of competing. Got to work the 2-minute drill. And, we looked pretty solid out there.
Where do you get off sounding like a 10-year vet in year two? Jarvis, that was straight out of the PR handbook. That's beautiful.
Man, just
Look
doing
at
it
Kaylee
for
back
a
there
year,
smiling.
man.
She's like a proud mom.
Just doing it for a year, man. I think, the more you do it, the more you get comfortable doing it and just speaking. So, man, I think last year really helped me out a lot.
Yeah, I mean, that's obviously not an ideal circumstance, and you guys are trying to improve overall in a variety of different phases. But for you, there has to be so much benefit in getting that early experience and going through those early struggles. And obviously you've been playing football your entire life at this point, so those kind of moments to overcome adversity are nothing new. It's every day in this game. But in particular, last year with you and Baker and the way that you guys filled in when Cheeto and Snead are dealing with injuries and all manner of different things, like I'm sure that it got tough. Where was the toughest point that you were able to steel yourself a little bit and say, all right, we're gonna have to, this is what it's gonna be. We're gonna pick ourselves up. We're just gonna have to finish as strong as humanly possible, and then come what may in the following season.
I think the biggest adversity I faced last year, where I had to really lock in, was the Bills game. I kind of gave up a play where my odds was bad, and my DC kind of got on me hard. And from there, man,
that doesn't sound like Denard at all.
Because Denard, he got on me hard, and from there I let my emotions get the best of me. But I think looking back at that game, I realized that how much my guys believed in me, how much Denard had set a standard for me when I first got here, and I just had to look back and look deep down to where I came from and my why. And when I did that, man, it just brought me back to my gameplay, how I play. And from there, man, I think that's when it really smoothed it out for me. But, I knew it was going to be hard. It was going to be a tougher challenge. I was a rook coming in, and I had big shoes to fill. And, I was just ready for the challenge. And I had prepared myself so much. Denard had talked to me a lot. He was speaking to me every day, and the guys was just buying into me, and that really gave me a level of confidence out the roof, with just my guys believing in me being that young and coming in and making the plays that I was making. So big shout out to my defense, my coaches, and things like that.
Jarvis Brownlee Jr. hanging out here with us after the third straight day of I guess they had a day off, but 3 straight padded practices, getting ready for a weekend worth of work, and then on down to joint work against Tampa, followed up by Atlanta. 12 straight days on the road.
Let's do it.
That's going to be interesting. Y'all are basically going on a little bit of a team field trip.
Yeah, no doubt.
With Denard in particular, and the system that he runs, your level of comfort coming in this year, understanding all the reps that you got last year, and just being able to play at a faster level, not having to think as much.
I think it's way better because he put a lot on me last year. And like I said, that was the challenge for me last year, man. Just me stepping up to be that dog in the room and to put it all on my shoulders. And I was thankful and blessed for him to do that and put me in that type of comfort zone, to put me outside my comfort zone. But this year you can see that I'm way more mature. I have grown. I'm still developing. Still a lot of things I got to learn. But you can see the process of me taking the steps that I need to take. And the playbook now is just, I just skim through it now like it's second nature. So now when I be on the field, now it's just based off learning formations, learning concepts, learning when it's certain down and distance, what routes to accept, learning when it is a certain down and distance based off his outside or inside release, what my progression should be and the route combination. So now, man, it's just getting those more gems and more knowledge from the vet guys like L'Jarius Sneed and like the Calvin Ridleys and the Van Jeffersons.
The room as a whole, and obviously, people are anxious to see L'Jarius get out here whenever he's able to, and dealing with the knee cleanup that he had this offseason. I know he's anxious to do as much as he's able to on the practice field ahead of you guys getting into the higher level competition here. How big of a benefit has he been to you, even though he's not been able to be on the field?
Man, he's been great. He's the kind of guy where he's genuine. He checks on me every day, make sure that, my headspace is right, making sure that, I'm doing the things I need to be good on the field, making sure, my body, I'm doing my body recovery. And the same way goes with Calvin Ridley. Those two guys, man, I can't ask for a better big brother than those guys. They check on me every day on the daily, consistently, and just make sure that I'm doing the right things in order to become that leader in the room or become that vet. And like I said, man, he's a guy where he sits there and he looks around and looks around the room and he makes sure we're doing the right things. Like I said, man, like today when I come from up here and go into the field, he's gonna ask me how today went. How did you feel out there? How your body feeling? And those are the type of guys that you love to be around. The guys that check on you, those are the type of vets you want. And he's a genuine guy, man. He's a great guy. He loves to compete. So, man, I can't wait to have him on the side of me, man. When he's out there, it's a different feeling as well.
We don't get to see everything that you guys do. Obviously, we'll be out here for a handful of practices, but the meeting room, the locker room, the recovery, all these different things that are critical to you guys being able to perform as at a highest level as you can. Ridley seems to really have, not that he wasn't doing it last year, but we just seem to notice him doing it in so many different spaces beyond just the wide receiver room. And,
yes.
and you're saying that that's carried through to just about every position group.
Yes. And you could see it goes around the building a lot, man. And I think it's the coaches, the standard they set around the building with just us bonding, and you can tell that the guys were more closer than we was last year, man. All the guys, we seem to get well along. We hang out with each other. No matter if it's the DBs hanging with the O-line or the O-line hanging with linebackers, we all try to get around and be around each other because, that's what means the most, just creating those relationships and having those bonds. So, when we do get out there on the field and we are going to war together, that we're going to war for our brother. And, it's a real bond out there and it's a real feeling that you have for the man next to you.
But just even little things like I was watching some of the team-produced content that y'all have been doing, like that Neighbors bit that you and James did. That's one of the funniest things I've ever seen. But, I like it so much, Jarvis, because, I can be a little hypercritical in a lot of situations, but, I just appreciate the authenticity of the two of you hanging out. And what you're speaking to, that clip, I think embodies that for Titans fans who haven't been able to check it out. You can see it on the team's social media feeds. I'm sure it's on YouTube too, Kaylee, stuff like that. And it's an ongoing series with a couple of different players. Tell me about James, because I didn't really talk to James too much last year.
James, great guy. That's my brother. That's a guy that I've been with since I was 3-4 years old. We grew up together. So, man, for both of us, it's a dream come true to be in the same organization where we both chased our dreams. We accomplished it. We both made it to the National Football League. And to be on the same team, man, it's a wonderful feeling. It's an amazing feeling where, you got that guy where y'all was once kids, had the same dream, had the same goal, played with each other through high school, college ball. And now we're here to keep pushing each other and keep striving. And it's no bond like me and his. We even stay right next door to each other. So, man, that just to show you how much love we got for each other, how much we care for each other. But James is a great guy. He's a kid that if you walked in his shoes, you would look and see how he made it out. And he's a tough cat, man. And his gameplay shows, and it's a reason why he play the game the way he do. And every day I go out there and I get on that green gas. I look at him, and he's one of the guys that give me an edge to keep going, by hearing his story and knowing what he went through when we was kids. So, man, kudos to him. And he's a great kid, man, and has a great heart. And he love hard, and I appreciate him for how he go about his day, how he go about his work.
You see what this live stream chat is trying to get me to say?
Jarvis, are you a true Florida Jet?
In my voice.
Yeah, I'm a true. I'm a Miami guy. I'm a true Jet. A true Jet.
South Florida. South Florida. Y'all South Florida boys. Y'all are different. No doubt about it.
Yeah, that's Florida. That's Florida, yeah.
Joint practice coming up. By the way, you're listening to Jarvis Brownlee off the practice field. We're going to let him get out of here. He's got stuff to do here in just a second. WGFX Gallatin, Nashville, your home of the Titans, 104.5. The Zone is where we are hanging out right now. Biggest thing you're looking forward to at joint camp, because you saw plenty of real wide receivers last year. I know you guys practiced against them as well, but Mike Evans is a different animal.
Yeah, he's a Hall of Fame cat. Gonna have his gold jersey, his gold jacket soon. So I look forward to stepping in front of that guy. He's one of the guys that before I got in the National Football League I looked up to, and he was one of those top guys that I had on my receiver list. So and I think I won his jersey too. But, you look at the work, it's going to be great competition, Imono. And I look forward to, getting to know him and get some great gems from him because he's been around the game for a long time. And I also look forward to having a joint practice going against my cousin, Kalijah Cansey. Florida on Florida crime. But, yeah, man, you look forward to joint practice, man. You try to get to know new people, man. It's good to get to be around new guys and get around guys, that's in the National Football League. But I look forward to competing. We getting out there, we getting great work, and yeah.
Well, Jarvis, I always appreciate talking to you, because I appreciate your genuine, your authenticity. Because Kaylee's going to tase me in the back of the neck if I let you get on with your work day here in a second. That's Jarvis Brownlee Jr. hanging out here